Sup everybody, this is Cakes, and today I'm going to talk about why I think Diablo 4 is boring and what we can do about it to change it. To give you some background about me, I was actually a big Diablo 3 Andy. I used to play a lot, and I always thought how it's superior to Path of Exile in every way. What? Now eventually that got turned over, but the biggest hurdle for me always was the movement system and the mechanics of the game. Diablo 3 just felt so much better than Path of Exile ever could. And now obviously recently I've been playing for about 50 hours in Diablo 4 until I now quit the game, cause to me there is nothing to do. And so this is my opinion on why I think the game is boring and what could be changed in order to make it better. And I'm not the only person that's getting bored. It seems like most players are leaving the game lately. The season has been out for a while and that's definitely part of the reason why. And additionally, Baldur's Gate 3 recently released. So every big streamer that could normally be playing Diablo 4 is now playing that game. Great game, by the way. You buy it once, you get the full game. No bullshit. No in-game currency. No battle pass, nothing. But despite all of that, the game doesn't need to be boring, or the players don't need to leave the game, even if all of these factors come into account. In fact, yesterday there was a new patch released which buffed almost every class across the board. And additionally, the monsters in dungeons and helltides got buffed as well, which means there's now more shit to kill and it's easier to do so. But this doesn't help the fundamental problem of the game, which is that there is no incentive to level up. Let me explain. If you start the game at level 1 and decide to skip the story, what you're left with is the option to play dungeons or level up on the overworld. If you choose to do dungeons, which is what I did, there is no difference between a level 1 dungeon and a level 80 dungeon. You're effectively fighting the same bosses, you're doing the same quests, and you're receiving mostly the same loot. So even if they are buffing the nightmare dungeons and helltides, you are still left with the same gameplay. It doesn't change. If anything, it makes things faster, making you realize faster that you are getting bored. So I made a small experiment. I checked out the Twitch categories for Path of Exile and Diablo 4 and compared the titles. Shit. In Diablo 4, the only things that I could find were waiting for patch notes, trying out this build, trying out that build. Then I took a look at the Path of Exile category, and this is cheating a little bit, but for example, Tai Killer was doing a level 90 Searing Exarch and Eater run, which can be completed in a reasonable amount of time. This is something that is exciting. It's like a small little event that you can hook viewers into that make you want to click on the stream. And so unfortunately, in Diablo 4, what you're left with is Uber Lilith to kill, and as a reward, the only thing you really get out of it is a mount. And I don't know about you, but I don't give a shit about mounts in the game. I want to have more items so I can kill more stuff. And I want to have different options on how I kill that stuff. So unfortunately, again, the game gets boring. And what do you do when you get bored? You complain. Dude, I need more stash tabs. Death effects fucking suck. If I have to free any more of these prisoners, I'm gonna lose my mind. Off-screen abilities shouldn't exist in the game. They're fucking trash.
Alright, I should have dodged. The mechanics are dog shit.
Oh, and by the way, Blizzard, what about the stash tab problem? You think we don't know that this has been ongoing since 2019? To explain this, we need to start with the foundation on which Diablo 4 is built. Most objects in the game are actors. Special effects, blah 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 blah. All players in a party sync on everything that a player has in memory all the time. This doesn't sound a lot at first, but it adds up very fast. The more actors active in the game, like enemies on screen and items in your stash, oh no, the more the game will tax your system's memory. Huh, interesting. Posted April 26, 2019. But even if all of these things exist in the game, it wouldn't be a problem if the incentive of why you're pushing through it, which, don't get me wrong, is bad, is there. Let me give you a very simple and easy example. In Vampire Survivors, you can unlock the Reaper, which is the one that kills you at the end of every stage. But in the build-up to doing that, and there might be other ways to do that now, a Green Reaper can appear, killing you instantly, ruining your run. Shit! And the chances of him spawning, as far as I know, are between 30 and 40%. So you can get unlucky having to keep on repeating the same thing over and over again, waiting till like 7 and 12 minutes until you finally get lucky enough so he doesn't spawn. That is something that I would call tedious. But why is it okay? Because the reward is much more exciting.
Let this pain be over. Yes! Yes! Yes, I fucking did it! Yes!
Than having to push through a bunch of annoying shit. Unfortunately, this is not true for Diablo 4, but we need that in order to stay interested in the game. If I do the same dungeon at level 1, why would I do it at level 70? And in my opinion, it's not even difficult to do that, and others have pointed that out too. Why not take the bosses of the campaign, rebalance them, and then put them at level 70, 80 and 90, and they drop special items that enable you to play more niche builds than you had before. I even have one example right now. Why not take the twisting blades from Rogue and turn it into a skill that can be used by a bow, effectively piercing all targets till its target location where it spins around. Now you could basically shoot into all directions, having spinning, twisting blades everywhere. That changes your gameplay in a way that I think is fun and can be done more of, while not limiting you to this one particular path. It just expands it and gives you more options. And on top of that, it creates the incentive to farm that particular boss for that particular item, so you can extract the effect out of it and then have it on other items. So yeah, that's how I think Diablo 4 could be improved and made more fun. I know that there's many other problems in the game and they also need to be fixed, like resistances and bugs. But ultimately, while these are true, if the game stays the same as it is, and I haven't even touched on the leak mechanic, in my opinion, it is boring and there's no incentive to play. For example, I would like to have leaderboards as well. But even if they are in the game, what am I comparing myself against? Someone else leveling up to level 100? Just an arbitrary number that gets higher? There needs to be another incentive. And I think bosses and chase items are that. That's exactly the reason why you do Mephisto runs in Diablo 2. To me, it's a core part of an ARPG. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe for more content like this. I will be playing Path of Exile soon. I'm getting ready for the new League launch. And I'll see you there, of course. And I'll make more content about Path of Exile in the future. Have a good day. Until then, peace!